Hello viewers, welcome once again. We are going to treat parentheses we see under logic. Parentheses play vital roles in statement form. Without parentheses, it will be difficult to read a meaning to a statement form. So parentheses help us for readability of statement form. We say that parenthesis is very important in statement form. It is used to define each statement that build up a statement form. That to say, a statement parenthesis is used to define each statement that build up a statement. What we mean by that? What we mean is that we use parentheses to bind each statement that's made up of a statement form. Now we say that when some parentheses are being removed in a statement form, the statement is called abbreviated let's use red ink. Is called abbreviated statement form. Yes, we said that whenever some parentheses are being eliminated or removed in a statement form, we say that that statement is an abbreviated statement form. That means some statement has been removed, it has been shortened. That's why it's being called abbreviated form. abbreviated statement form. So, but there is some convention we establish which we use to restore a statement form whenever it's being abbreviated. You see, there are established conventions which are used to restore an abbreviated statement form. Like in board mass, board mass is a convention we use to solve arithmetic in mathematics. This one we use also the precedent of connective to establish or to restore an abbreviated statement form. What we mean here, you have some connectives. These connectives, when you see it in a abbreviated statement form, what we do is that which one is strongest, which one comes first before another one. So if you be able to know which one that comes first before another one, you can be able to establish that one establish it. If there is connective, if that connective is there, then there is a preceding and a succeeding statement. You put them into parentheses. See what I mean here? The following is a precedent which the following is a precedent which is used to establish a negative statement and compound statement. First one is not connective. That is the strongest precedent is not connective. Second one is and connective. Third one is or connective. Fourth is imply connective. The fifth is if and only if connectives. So whenever we see connectives in a abbreviated statement form, we first of all consider not connective. Then after that we go to and connective, that means connective. Then you go to or connective, that is disjunctive connective. Then you go to implies connective, that is conditional connective. Then before you go to the if and only if connective, that is biconditional connective. So after that, after we have considered it, we know that before and after, before a connective, there is a statement there. If it is not connective, what we do is that the statement that is after the not connective, you put it in brackets. If there is no bracket there, you put it in bracket. Then if there is and connective, there is a statement before it and a statement before it. So what we do is that you put those ones into bracket, those statements into bracket. You say, I in abbreviated statement form consider the above connectives in present order. In present order, if there is negative connective, the nearest statement before it, also after it should be considered, should be considered and B should be considered and put in parenthesis. As we said before, that in abbreviated statement form, consider the above connective in present order. That means not, and, or, implies if and only if connective. Consider them in the present order. If there is not in that said form, if there is not in that statement form, you consider it first. Then, which is the nearest statement after it? You check consider the nearest statement after it. After it, then you put the negative connective together with that statement in bracket. That is I. You will follow the second one. The second one, consider the next strong connective then there is a statement before and after it. Put them in parenthesis. And repeat the same procedure until all the statements are being defined by parenthesis. That means consider the next strong connective, then there is a statement before and after it. put them in parentheses. Put them in parentheses. Put them in parentheses. Repeat the same procedure until all the statements are being defined by the parentheses. This is how to restore parentheses to a statement form. So let's give some examples. Exam pose restore the following abbreviated statements form. Restore the following abbreviated statement form. Restore parentheses. Restore parentheses. Restore parentheses of the following statement. So the following abbreviated statement form. Restore the parentheses of the following abbreviated statement form. One, A implies not, or let's use our P implies not Q if and only if and only if P if and only if not Q or R and S. One, two, Q implies not R. 3, P or Q and R. 4, and R, or P implies T if and only if Q if and only if P five P and R and T. Let us restore this following abbreviated statement form. Number 1, P if and only if not Q or R and S. That is our abbreviated statement form. Now I want to restore it. We have and as our strongest corrective here. It's our strongest corrective. Our highest precedent is and. I'm going to put the statement before and after it into parentheses. We have P if and only if not Q or in parentheses R and S. Now there are now compound statements R and the S. Now it's not a statement. We go to the next corrective precedent, which is or. So we have not Q before or and this compound statement R and S after or corrective. So we're going to put them in parentheses. That means we're going to put them down and put them in parentheses. We then have P if and only if in parentheses again, not Q, in parentheses or in parentheses R and S, then close brackets. We have now put the two statements into parentheses. That means we wrote this one down and put them in parentheses. Then the next one is if and only if connective. That means we are going to put this statement. We have P before it and this statement after it. We are going to put them inside parentheses. That means we are going to have in parentheses P if and only if you bring this one down, parentheses, not Q, parentheses, or in parentheses R and T, S, then also parentheses, then our close brackets. We have now put them in parentheses. So we have restored the abbreviated statement form to their parentheses. So number 2. Q implies not R. Now we see that this not is nearest to the R. We are going to restore it first. This statement, are going to restore the bracket first before the next not, because we know that not is the highest precedent. Now we have Q implies not bracket not R. We still have not again, so this not is also nearest to close to the not R. We are going to also put it in bracket. We have Q implies bracket not R. Then we have now put it inside the bracket. Then you still have implied connective. We are going to, we have Q before it. We have also this statement after it. We are going to put them inside bracket. We have inside the bracket Q implies bracket not R, close bracket. Then you put them inside bracket. We have the statement now inside the bracket. So no word now left. All of them are now inside bracket. Number 3, we say we have P or Q and R. Now, you want to restore the parenthesis of this statement. We know that we have or there's no not connective there. So we are considering or and the and connectives. So here we are going to consider and connective. Then statements after it and before it should be put into parentheses. That means what we mean here is we have P or in bracket Q and R. They will be should be in brackets because that is our strongest connective in this abbreviated statement form. Then we proceed. We say that until every statement is being put into parentheses. P is not yet in parentheses. We then have put the parentheses again. We then put P in parentheses. We have P, the statement, we have P and this, P and R as a statement. That means this combined statement is a statement. Then P or Q and R, they are statement. Put them in parentheses. Have P or the statement, the combined statement, Q and R in parentheses. I've now restored the parentheses. Then we go to fourth one. Fourth, we have P and R, or P implies T if and only if, make sure you put this one in brackets, in parentheses for readability. Otherwise, we're going to have two forms of statement. If and only if Q, the combined statement Q, if and only if P, compound statement. Then you want to restore the parentheses. First of all, we consider not is not there, but they have and. So we consider and as our highest precedent here. We then going to have P before and R after the and connective. So you're going to put them into parentheses. You have P and R, or P implies T if and only if the compound statement Q if and only if P. Then we consider our next precedent. What's our next precedent here? Connective is or, because or is before, we have or before implies and the if and only if connectives. So we consider it. So we have statement before it, which is this compound statement P and the R. This compound statement P and the R, and we have P after it. So you put them in bracket. That means in bracket P, in brackets the compound statement P and R, or P implies T if and only if the compound statement Q if and only if P. Then we consider again, implies connective. That is the next present there, which I have not put into bracket. Then this statement now is a compound statement. I've already been in bracket, so is after the connective implies and the T is after it. You're going to put them into parentheses. That means we have in parentheses, we have bracket P and Q, P and R, or P bracket then in parentheses. Implies T in parentheses. That means this statement, this statement that is compound statement, you just bring it down, then put these ones, this one and this one, and put them into brackets, into parentheses. Then if and only if the compound statement Q if and only if P. We then consider this connective. We have these ones, this compound statement after it, and have this one before it. That means I'm going to put them into parentheses. That means you're going to have, you bring down the statement, you put the open bracket, write it, bring this one down, you have bracket P and R close bracket, or P close bracket implies T close bracket. I've already bring it down, write implies, bring the statement down, Q if and only if P, then you put them bracket. Yeah, you have not bring them statement down and put them in bracket. You have not restored the parenthesis of the abbreviated statement form. Then the last one is P and R and the T. Five, P and R and the T. They want to restore the parenthesis. We know here we have two and connective. So it doesn't matter any how he put the parenthesis, it is still mean the same thing. We have all throughout in a statement, or and all in a statement, anyhow he put them in parentheses, it will still stand, but not the same thing with implies and the conditional state by conditional statement. Sorry, it's not the same thing with implies as in conditional statement and the by conditional statement. But if it is conjunctive statement and disjunctive statement, it holds. So anyhow you put the put the parentheses, it will still stand. But that one of conditional statement and the by conditional statement will not hold. So here we have, if you like, you say P, you have this one before it, you have and the connective, you have P before it, R after it. You put them in brackets, P and R. Then you write and T. So we have only now this connective now left. We have this one after it, this one before it. Bring them down, put them into parentheses. Then we have opening parentheses. You bring this one down, P and R, that's the command statement, and T also close the parentheses now, that now into parentheses. So that's what I mean by the restoring parentheses of abbreviated statement form. This one also, you can, if you like, you can also or this one, if I like, I can start with this connective that is here, or I will say I will P and R and T. I will have it as P and bracket R and T. It still means the same thing. Then we have this C connective here. We put them this statement into, because you have P before it, you have this statement, this compound statement, R and T after it. So you put them inside bracket or parentheses. We have open parentheses, P and the statement, R and T, close bracket, parentheses. So it still means the same thing. So that's what I mean by examples of parentheses of the following of the abbreviated statement form. So next time we are going to next lecture we are going to treat how to eliminate parentheses that it will still be readable. So thank you, viewers.